This is the third video of Python Pandas series. So we have already discussed what is the pandas, what are the advantage of pandas, and in this video we are going to discuss how to import the data from CSV and how to drop the row and column as per the business requirement, how to drop the permanent tree, and important thing, if any data is missing in your CSV file or your data set, how to handle those missing data. So let's start first and foremost, and I would recommend please watch all the previous video for the pandas to get the better understanding for these videos. And that one link is coming top, that from there you can install the pandas and you can access the both videos. Thank you. So first you have to import pandas, and then I have one CSV file that name is the Titanic train. If I want to show you, this is the Excel sheet who has the data, and I have almost 10,000 record or something. So I'm going to, I have the 800 something record here. So 892 record. So I'm going to import this data set in Python code. So what you have to do, you have to just call the function read CSV and give the dataset file name. It will come here. So first what I will do, let me check how the data looks like. So one command is the head command that will show the first 5 record, just for your investigation purpose, how this data is there. So these are the column names, these are the rows, and in the head you can give also the number. If you want the 10, so it will show the 10, right? And if you want to know how many datas are there, how many row and column, then we have to use shape. It will show you total number of record is 892 and 12 columns are there, right? And what are the columns out there, you can also get from these columns. Just dot columns, it will give all the column name here. And one important method is there for and if you want to know what is the type of this Titanic, so you can see that is the data frame, and we have already discussed the data frame or the important methods for the data frame in the first video, right? One important method is there info. It will give all the statistical informations or the complete information about your data set. If you can see here that the total data is 891 rows, okay, and these are the columns, which columns is the which data type is. You can see this age is only 714, some missing data out there in the age. You can see the cabin also, we have some missing data. So with this info command you can get the complete informations. Now let me tell you one important thing. Suppose your data set is huge, and if you want to check which kind of data is there, so I would recommend don't use this that up don't use this read CSV. It will take the full data in your memory. So if for investigation purpose, what I would say, just use the head. It will just give the 5 data, and then you can investigate if you want to just investigate which kind of data is there. Now if you see, it will give only the 5 data. You can investigate. If it is okay, then you can take it. Now even if it is okay, and or if you see how many data came here, you can use the shape, right? It will just 5 data came. But now if you think it is okay and you have to take all the data, but your memory is limited, in that way you can import the data in chunk. Chunk means, suppose I have the original data set, I have 891. So might be in the actual case you have the huge data like the millions record, and your system is not performing well. So you can import the data in the chunk. Just for example, for this Titanic I have the 892 record. I am going to chunk in 300. So what I will do, just make one for loop and pass extra parameter chunk size, how many rows you want in one chunk. So now if you see, I given the 300, so it take the first 300, then 300, then remaining it will show you. In this way we can do that, but we have the only 822. So let me start my work from over there. Now as I says, this is the Titanic dataset. I am going to use this, right? So is there. Now if you want to drop the two rows, I don't want to these two rows, how to drop the row? So it's easy, you can just data frame, and then you have to call the drop method, and inside that you have to pass the list how many which row you want to drop. So suppose I want to drop the 0th and 2nd, you can see the index, right? So now if you do that, now you can see 0 and the 2nd rows has been dropped here, right? And now if you want to drop one column, so suppose I don't want to this fair column, so how we can drop the column? So it's also easy, go there, and this time you can use the drop, but first pass the which column you want to do it. I want only one column, then you have to pass the axis is equal to 1. Now you can see that some mistake is there, so now you can see fair, right? Now you can see this fair column has been gone, right? But did you notice, if you see, if you notice, you go and again do head, whatever you have deleted, fair column, rows 1 and 2, it is still there. You know why? Because we didn't delete the permanently. So if you want to delete the permanently, what you have to do, you have to use in place is equal to true. So let me do that. So now this row 0 will be delete permanently, and here also let me put that in place is equal to true. Now if you go and head, you can see those things has been deleted permanently. That row is not there, that column is not there, right? So now if you want to access just two column, I don't want to view all the columns like the in SQL. Select column name, column 2 from this table. In that way, what you have to do, in that list, you pass all the column name which you want. So I want only the two column name. So now you can see you have only the two column name, and you can do the same thing through the filter also. So you can do that same thing, right? You can get the same result. This is the different way to do that. And suppose now if you want to see some particular data, show me all the record which age is 35, right? So what you have to do, you can just, you need to do, if you do that, it is showing this record, means record number 1 and 3rd, 4th, 6th, this record number 3 and 4 is 2 showing, means that record age is 35. But I want to see the record, then you have to do, you have to pass this into the data set. So this is your data set, and you have to pass these conditions. So I pass these conditions here. Now if you execute, you will get all the record whose age is just the 35, right? This is the way we can select the row, select the column, and particular where conditions. In the same way, if you want to see this 848, right, this passenger ID, I want to see the detail, you can pass the passenger ID and that number, it will give that passenger ID informations, right? Right now if you see Titanic head, what is the index now? Right now if you see index, this is by default index, right? But I want to make my one of searching of a many other purpose, so we can also change the indexes. How we can change? we can go and say set index, and now this time index is my index, means my column name. You can give the column name, and you can use the in place for the permanent change. Now you let me show you what change it happened. Now if you do the head, see, earlier it was the this column name, this was the id, now my name itself become the index. The benefit of this, now you can do the filter and it will give the fast result to you. So I want to take all the name who contain the gems. So now if you see all the name who has the gems, here see James, and it will be the fast because my index is based upon the name, right? And you can do the, in this here I showed you axis 0, right? And you can do the axis 1. What happen if you do the axis 1, it will just show the one column name, okay? Only the index column it will show, and default is 1. Even if you not give the axis 1, you can get the same result. So in this way we can do the data, filter data and all those things. Now let me show you one thing. If you want to check how many nulls are there, uh, null data, so you can use the NA, it will, and put the sum. So now it will show that this data, this age column has the 177 missing data, and Kevin has the 687. And you remember we had seen the same thing with the info also, but info was showing that how many present, and this command is showing how many absence, right? So now we came to know that age 177 record is missing. So how I can handle this missing data? So easiest way is that find what is the mean value of age. How we can do that? Go and do Titanic and mean. It will give the mean of all the columns, right? And you can get this kind of information with the description here also. So it will show the mean, and age mean is the 29 here, right? Same it is showing here. And if you want to know, just I want to know the mean of one column, there are different way to do that. Do, and then the age and mean, so it will give the particular mean thing. So there are three way we can get it. Here this is also there, here this is also there, and here this is also there. So now we got the mean. What I will do, all the missing data, what the missing data is there, age, I want to set this value for all the missing data. So what I will do, this is the column, I say fill NA, fill all the NA value with this one, this data, and permanent change. Now if you do, and now you want to check the same thing, how many age null data is there. This time you can see age is 0 because I have filled all the data. So this is the way we can handle the missing data, right? Now let me move the topic and let me discuss something how to do the sorting and other things. So let me do the sortings, how to do that. For that, let me take one new data set uh, for easy understanding. So my this is the new data set. This time how I create the data frame, I have the population dictionary of the 5 cities and the area, and I mix up and create the data frame that we have already discussed in the previous video, right? So now we have the data set. These are the indexes and these are the columns, right? The thing is that now you, if you want to sort the data on your index index basis, so right now if index is not sorted, right? Now you can sort it on the index. Now you see your index is sorted. The same way you can sort on value, but in the value what happened, we have two column. Which column you want to sort? So suppose if I want to sort on the basis of area, then you can see now your area is sorted. other way I want to sort on the population. So give the population here. So on the population, you can sort it. And the but yeah, now we have the other way to do that. But before that, let me show when you use the sorting in this way, what data type you are getting. So you getting the data frame, right? This is the data frame. But other way sorting is that you can do the direct data frame name and the column name, which column you want to sort. It's that population, and then you can do the, yeah, sort value. It will also do the sort, but result is the change, right? The way it is changed. In this sorting, it is showing whole the data set, but in this setting, in this way, it is getting only the particular column. So if you see, this is not the data frame. This might be the series data. You can see that this is the series data. So there are the different way to the sorting. And let me talk another thing that we have already discussed. Let me again the discuss here, that if you have the null data, how to remove and all those things. So let me use first import numpy, and for this example let me create the new data frame. So this is my new data frame. If you see, let me show what is the data frame. So I have the two column A and B, and we have the some null values. So how to do that? So suppose if you want to delete all the rows, they have the null value. So this is another way to handle the missing data. So if any null is there, remove, delete all the column they have the null. So we have the method drop null value. So it will drop. So now what happen? It will delete all the row that has the null value. So let me show. See, now this deleted because this three had this null value. So 3, 4, 5 all deleted, right? So and but if you want to delete only those column, this has all the column has the null. So I'm not interested to delete the third, because at least it has some data. It has some data. So for that, what you have to do, you have to pass how all. So now you see, it didn't delete the third, it did only the fifth one, because fifth has all the column is the null. So in this way that you have to decide what to do that. Okay, and we have the another one, you can pass here trace. So it is saying that trace take the integer value which till minimum amount of how many minimum amount of you want to delete. You don't want to delete, but this number must be delete. So this is the same reason, because our data set is not enough. And if you want to know what is this how it works, trace and all those things, then you can pass the drop and trace. It will give the complete information how it works and all those things, right? This is the help way, if you want to get the complete documentation on that. Okay, now I have we have one data frame df. Now let me, we have one data frame already df. Let me create another data frame df2. So df2. Okay, and we have already one df, right? Now in df2, if I want to remove the duplicate, so if you see the df2, we have some duplicate. Let me not discuss this one right now. Let me discuss the one. If you see, you have the duplicate, right? So this 1 1 1 1 3 3, and if you want to remove the duplicate, so the one easy way to remove the duplicate, how to do handle this kind of situation, just call the drop duplicate. It will delete you all the duplicate. You want to see, you can see this. Now do the df2. So see, it deleted because this 1 1 1 1 was repeating, right? So was first so it deleted the second one, right? This one has been deleted, right? uh, Now let me take another data frame to show some more functions. So I have this with the 3 column, right? And if you see in the 3 column, if there is no any duplicate, right? Because 113 and 111, but I want to delete these two on the basis of A and B. I want to delete the duplicate data, so that we can also do here. Now I want to delete the duplicate with basis of just 2 column, right? So you can see that. Now see, on the basis of 2, this deleted, this part is deleted, right? This is deleted. But suppose she might have some good data for this part, so I don't want to delete the last one, I want to keep the last one. So for that also you have to pass one keep parameter. Difference is that in this they delete the one, but in the first case they delete the last one, and in this they kept the last one. So this one is the last one, they kept this information. So and another way is that if you see the df, we have some uh, let me create yeah, so let me use this one df. So we have some null value, and if you want to keep some fixed data for this null value, so for the A column I want to keep the 0 wherever the null is there, and for the B I want to keep the 9 wherever the null is there. Now you do that, you can see our data has been changed, right? This is the way we can do that. And but some case you don't want to keep the fixed number 09. I'm saying no, don't do that. If you see, I don't want to fix number, I want to see whatever the previous number is there. So for this null, previous is 3, so I want to replace this null with the 3, this null with the 9. So for that you have to use the method fill null app fill, means the previous one. Now you can see this fourth number 9 came because it was 9 here, right? And another shortcut is that uh, suppose you want to replace the 3 to null, right? So if you see here uh, that wherever the number is 3, that convert into null. So if you want to some use case, I want to replace some particular number to the null, so you can do that once you get it. So in the place of 3 you want to keep something, so first convert into null and then you can do that. So this was for the data engineering and how to missing the data handle. And next video we watch something new on the pandas. Please don't forget to subscribe this channel, and thank you.